U.S. Army veteran Francis S. Currey was memorialized as the first Medal of Honor G.I. Joe action figure. He also remains one of 4 World War II Medal of Honor recipients alive today, along with Charles H. Coolidge, Robert D. Maxwell, and Herschel W. Williams. Not only was Currey awarded our country's highest military honor for bravery, personal sacrifice, and for halting the enemy, his actions have also been credited with shortening the war by at least 6 weeks. According to his medal citation, here's how the scrappy 19-year-old did it. It was December 21st, 1944. Currey was an Army sergeant when Company K, 120th Infantry, 30th Infantry Division was assigned to defend a small town in Belgium from the advancing Germans. His team had very few weapons, and most were small arms that had little effect on the German tanks. When the Germans went on the offensive, Currey and his men took cover in an abandoned factory. There, Currey found a bazooka and crossed the street to secure rockets, meanwhile enduring intense fire from enemy tanks and hostile infantrymen who had taken up a position at a house a short distance away. In the face of small arms, machine gun, and artillery fire, he knocked out a tank with 1 shot. Moving to another position, he observed 3 Germans in the doorway of an enemy-held house. He killed or wounded all of them with his automatic rifle. Currey emerged from cover and advanced alone to within 50 yards of the house, intent on wrecking it with rockets from his bazooka. Covered by friendly fire, he stood up and fired a shot that knocked down half of one wall. While in this forward position, he observed 5 Americans who had been pinned down for hours by fire from the house and 3 tanks. Realizing that they couldn't escape until the enemy tank and infantry guns had been silenced, Currey crossed the street to a vehicle where he procured an armful of anti-tank grenades. He then proceeded to launch these grenades, still while under heavy enemy fire, driving the tank men from the vehicles into the house. He then climbed onto a half-track truck in full view of the Germans and fired a machine gun at the house. Once again changing his position, he manned another machine gun whose crew had been killed. Under his covering fire, those 5 American soldiers were able to retire to safety. Deprived of tanks and with heavy infantry casualties, the Germans were forced to withdraw. Through his extensive knowledge of weapons, and by his heroic and repeated braving of murderous enemy fire, Currey was greatly responsible for inflicting heavy losses in men and material on the enemy, and for rescuing his comrades, 2 of whom were wounded, and finally, for stemming an attack which threatened his unit's position. Had the Germans broken through that day, they would have gained a huge advantage against the Allies, potentially prolonging the war by weeks, maybe even months. On August 17, 1945, Currey was awarded the Medal of Honor in a ceremony in France. At the time, Currey was recovering from a wound that earned him his 3rd Purple Heart. After the war, Currey became a counselor for veterans. His collector's edition G.I. Joe figure comes complete with a Medal of Honor, bazooka, and Browning automatic rifle. Know any other war heroes that deserve to be G.I. Joes? Let us know. We can't make G.I. Joes, but we can make videos, and videos are half the battle.